health figure. This is the Star Report, Sunday evening. I am your host, Troy Terrain, PKA Star. Okay, I want to talk to you about a few topics, and I posted a video earlier for those of you who, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you should be. I was just driving, and I put something up there for you, okay? But tonight we have to talk about the black therapist that has been fired, Shabri Rawls. Shabri Rawls, R-A-W-L-S, fired from Grow Well, Cleveland, in Cleveland, Ohio, of course. She posted a video on her TikTok page last Saturday, which was August the 13th, picked up a lot of traction, and, just an educated woman. I love an educated woman, especially one who knows how to use certain words and sentences, and, but in my opinion, she was trying to appeal to bottom dwellers, using a whole bunch of slang and, what she said, hoes and bitches. And she is, in case you don't know the story, she is a clinician. She's the real deal. She's got a master's degree. Give me a second. I want to read some stuff before we open up the floodgates. A clinician requires a bachelor degree in a relevant field such as medicine, nursing, or psychotherapy. Sometimes a clinician is required to hold a master's degree, for example, in counseling or a related field. So she had patients, clients, and she needed a master's degree, which she does have, to my knowledge, to do what it is that she was doing. Was she doing too much up on TikTok? Well, she rubbed a couple of people the wrong way, but now, as you know, I come with notes and details. A black woman wrote an article, hang on a second, moguldom.com. Ishika, I-S-H-E-K-A, I'm going to say Ashika and Harrison on August the 16th. And Shabri, she made a couple of videos, pardon me. In her third video where she addresses being fired, she held up the article written by Ashika Harrison. She said, "This is the article that spooked my job." So let's not look to black men, getting her fired. She said out of her mouth, the article written by Ashika Harrison is what, broke the straw on the camel's back, however that saying goes. Okay, so the video, pardon me if I didn't say, it's in my community section. Troll babies, good evening. I'm sipping coffee this evening, still no alcohol. So I put 3 of the videos together, and again, they're in the community section. The first video where she's wearing some type of shorts and her legs need some type of, lotion or something. But she's a good-looking girl. And then the second video, she came back, this long, drawn-out apology. And she said, hang on a second, I got notes. In her apology, she said, catch this, "My job is not to make people change." So clearly the board that fired her, because she did say in her third video, the board fired her. They reminded her of what her job entails, job description. So what are my thoughts with regards to this young woman, educated, being fired? Well, I want to comb through this. And even though it's a new day and time, we have social media, and she may, go to social media and do what she was originally intending to do, in her mind, help people or dusties. She kept calling black men hoes, bitches, and dusties. She might find a home on YouTube along the lines of what Kevin Samuels was doing. And I think she'll be okay because, again, she's got a degree. But is that what she wants to do? Does she want to try and get a job back in the healthcare profession? I don't know. But I do want to comb through this, and I want you guys to chime in. What do you think? Do you think the termination was justified? Do you think she was done wrong? And again, she came back and she was talking about her poor choice of colorful language. Now, I don't think it was just the language that caused the board to terminate her. I don't know about her agreement. I tried to, pull the file. It was very hard to get, and I had no success. When you have contracts or agreements, as she did say she had with this particular healthcare company, Grow Well Cleveland, there's something called moral turpitude that you can violate. And in some cases, you can get arrested and terminated without a conviction. Now, she was not arrested, clearly, but you can cross a line and you can reveal too much that the company feels is not within the best interest of the company. You can also possibly bring the company or the corporation into legal suits. So I want to talk about that a little bit later if you guys have any more knowledge. But again, that's her name, Shabri Rolls. She has been terminated within a week's time. Did I say that, troll babies? Within a week's time. The video, everything picked up traction on a Monday, and then she said by Friday, I'm without a job. Now listen, if you want to ride on her, please do. Because I also want to talk about her trying to be a mammy. She tried to be a mammy to tell black men what they need to do, something about their emotional, learning how to communicate better. Ooh. Also on the screen, my showrunner. Well, I've got two showrunners tonight. Who set up Quando Rondo in West Hollywood? 5:30 in the afternoon, shots ripping out. One of his friends is deceased, Quando Rondo, according to the reports. He was shot, but I saw him doing a whole lot of talking and explaining or nigga-splaining to the police officers, LAPD. This happened 5:30 in the afternoon. And the police are saying he was the intended target. So I'm not trying to laugh at anyone being killed, but who set him up? Let me just think for a second here. Just let me go into the memory banks of my mind. You've heard me say those dark-skinned niggas born in the 60s, different type of breed. I've never trusted a dark-skinned nigga born in the 60s. Anybody know where I'm going? Troll babies? Look at Miko. Look at Frankie. Damn. Nah, I don't think it's Clayface. Clayface does a whole lot of talking up on Clubhouse. He's entertaining as hell, but I'm just I'm speculating. I have no proof. Did an old dark-skinned nigga born in the 60s push the button on her? Huh? Pushed a button on Quando Rondo. Didn't he sit down with an old nigga born in the 60s a couple of months back? Yeah, OG. You kept calling him OG and okay. I went to that old nigga's IG page. Hold on a second, goddamn. 275,000 followers. There he is, Eugene Henley. Now, I haven't seen a goddamn word or a peep unless I missed it. Troll babies, has Big U said anything? I have no proof. I'm not trying to put nothing on him like that, but don't nothing move out there unless Big U know about it, right or wrong, huh? He's got a podcast he's focused on, the Check-In podcast. Check in. Did Quando Rondo miss a payment? Oh, we're going there tonight, all right? Also, coming up a little bit later, for anybody who, cares, Troll babies, let me go to you first. Did anybody see the video with Notorious B.I.G.'s daughter? Her boyfriend allegedly ran over a mother and a baby in the stroller. Lord Jesus, was that the video I saw? Damn. Tiana? How do you say her name? Wallace. And Tyshawn Baldwin, her longtime boyfriend, was he behind the wheel? I got the story here, and I haven't combed through this yet. The police pulled him over. Something about the license was suspended. He steps on the gas, takes off. Did he roll over a child in a goddamn chair? Why is the bail so much? Well, she posted the bail. I see niggas saying, don't forget the big U laughed when Nipsey died. Facts! I saw that. Okay, sit tight on the phones. I see you guys. I just want to lay some of this stuff up. And thank you earlier. As I said, I posted a video. I was just driving as I do, and I felt like, talking, and I pre-recorded that one as opposed to going live on Instagram because for some reason, I got a high-end goddamn phone, $1,200 I paid for this motherfucker, but on Instagram, when you go through certain areas, the quality looks poor. So I recorded this shit and then just reposted it. But thank you for your comments. And don't be afraid to make a donation if it affected you to the point where some people say, yo, this was right on time, Star. Okay, send it a donation. It won't hurt you. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure everything is okay here. Audio, spelling. Okay. William, I got your donation earlier, sir. Thank you. I will get back to you after the show. William, okay? Salute. And hold on. Morehouse Entertainment, are you calling in, sir? Okay, he says, thanks for touching on this topic. Okay. Corey, I got your donation. Quando Rondo, pay your bussy debt. Okay. Hashtag put that where. Okay, sure. Well, why not? Sunday night. Monster the Animal says Stars Bussy Tour featuring. Okay, I don't know. What are we doing? Can we just get started, please? That's a little out there, but just thank you for your donation. Rondo, I got your donation. It was a boy that set up Rondo. What about me? Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't consider that. Maybe I'm slipping today. What about me, Quando? Well, was he up on the gram? Was he doing on that, was he on that Pop Smoke shit? Troll babies, let me go to you first. Was Quando Rondo on that Pop Smoke shit? Streaming live, showing niggas the jewels and tools, huh? Yeah, we about to go get some bitches down in the valley, yada, yada, yada. You out in gangland, nigga. Was he doing that dumb shit? Who's that? Yeah, I saw Orlando Brown. I might go down that path later. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Frankie, thank you for reminding me. What exactly did Orlando Brown say about Diddy? Let me write that down. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. You know what kills me with Orlando Brown, if I can just throw this in real quick? He says things with a straight goddamn face. And it's like, is the nigga trolling or is he really serious about what he's saying? All right, thank you for your donation, Rondell. Just a few more, then I'll go to the phones. Jeffrey got your donation. Fun fact, Star made salute mainstream, hashtag salute. Okay. I'm not sure where you're going, sir, but thank you. Thank you so much, okay? All right, and I'm promoting sponsors tonight. Hold on a second. Let me get my coffee ready here. Sipping coffee, as I said. No alcohol tonight. I've got to handle some business tomorrow morning, and I don't want to be exhausted, all right? Folks, we're talking about Shabri Rawls. If you're up to speed, the video, as I said, is in my community section. I'm sorry. I didn't mention this was trending on Twitter the last couple of days, and feel free to either stick up for her. If you want to say good, you're glad she got fired. Again, I'm a little in between here because, it's a newer generation. You should expect people to go on social media and say things. People are born into social media now more than ever before. So the camera, they're already acquainted with it. It's a part of them, just like with the Doja Cat. They are a newer type of female and males. So it's not like, people from 20 years ago But my concern here with her being fired, again, did she violate some type of moral turpitude in her contract? Thus, the reason why the board said, you're out of here. Don't just give her a pass because she's black and she should be able to say this because somebody else said that. And for those who are talking about Kevin Samuels did not have a degree, to my knowledge, in, hold on. Kevin Samuels went to college. Yes, Troll Babies. Was he a clinician? Give me a second before I go to the phone lines. Was Kevin Samuels a clinician? That's what we need to know here. Because black Twitter that's what they're talking. Oh, yeah, Kevin Samuels did the same thing. Kevin Samuels was on YouTube for a decade. 954, I'm bringing you in early. Are you up to speed? 954. Good evening.
Hey, what's up, Stop?
Hey, how are you, man? It's cracking.
Yeah, so I took a look at the video earlier, and
Okay.
yeah, I think she just lacked professionalism.
Okay.
That was just strictly out the window.
Okay.
And pretty much the company is looking at it like, is this what we want representing us? Even though it's her own social media or whatever it was, TikTok. I mean,
TikTok.
It was just
TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, it's just there was no type of professionalism within that content right there. She was spewing out.
Is this Ty from last week? You sound like Ty. Who am I talking to?
No.
Okay.
Harry.
Okay. Have you worked in a medical field or a corporate setting where you had to sign any type of agreement and be legally bound by your actions?
No, I mean, I think it's more so just common sense. I mean, I wouldn't have to be in that type of atmosphere. It's just plain common sense. Like say for instance, if I'm a patient, mm-hmm. This is who I'm looking at as someone that's giving me counsel. I don't think I would want anybody like that to give me any type of counsel.
Right.
If that's their approach. Mm-hmm.
Stay with me, because stay with me. I'm not totally sure about the healthcare field. Again, I'm looking at moral turpitude right now, a phrase that describes wicked, deviant behavior, something by immoral, unethical, or unjust departure from ordinary social standards, such that it would shock a community. Moral turpitude is language that I have seen in some of my contracts over the years, and I have a pretty good understanding of it. And if you violate something by way of that, the board, or if it's a public company, you can be fired or suspended. I mean, I've been suspended for talking about the Jews being exiled out of Europe long before the Holocaust.
Right.
And they were like, whoa, no, we don't mind you talking about Aliyah, but you can't go in that direction. So it's a gray area. Good, you were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was also thinking about is the rhetoric she was kind of spewing out when she kept on saying something about vocabulary, emotional vocabulary, that guys need to expand their emotion.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. I'm here.
Yeah. So, it's like as if, we're supposed to fall for the foolery or something like that, Like,
I'm not really tripping off of that I'm not tripping off of that because in today's day and age, people you should expect people to get on their social media accounts and say something that you don't necessarily agree with. But again, she's a professional. Based upon my research, she has a master's degree because she has patience. She's a clinician, which is, to reach that type of level, it's you have to study. You have to be pretty sharp. I don't know what her GPA is, but I think she was just, trying to appeal to bottom dwellers with all that colorful language. I'll let you finish up.
You don't think she was kind of biased too, though?
I do. But she wasn't talking to men like myself, so I didn't take it personal. And I was looking at her as a younger female, and the younger females, they run their mouths. But I guess what I should say is, do I agree with the board firing her? Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of us tend to like kind of look over certain things that people say or do, or rhetoric they spew out,
Right,
because it doesn't affect us directly. But
Right.
what about when it does indirectly? Shouldn't we take a stand then? I mean,
I think
say
so.
something then.
I think so. Listen, I have no problem with the black woman who wrote the article and lined her up. I got no problem. Better a black woman than a black man, because now these black females or Hispanics can't call up in here and talk about, oh yeah, the black men got her fired. No, it was a black woman, and she even said, this is the article that spooked my job. Good talking to you, man. Good talking to you. Yes, sir. All right, take care. Yeah. A black queen sat her down. Does anybody know where this woman is from? Hold on a second. Is this some type of Caribbean or African? Ishika N. Harrison. I went to her Twitter page, and her tweets are protected. Isheka, the letter N is in Nancy, Harrison. The article is, again, from moguldom.com. Black America responds to therapist who scolds black men for not going to therapy. Well, I have a problem with the whole hustle of therapy. Maybe I'm just from a different day and time. I think that's a hustle now. Oh, you should go to therapy. Why? I talk to myself. You guys know this. Every morning I talk to myself. I don't need to go lay on a couch or to take a fucking pill and talk to somebody about things that I can solve on my own, and I do solve whatever it is that I'm going through or thinking about. I think it's a hustle. If anybody is more educated with regards to billing, how much these healthcare, you know who I should call? Dana, are you out there? Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Let me see if Dana with the data is available. Hold on. Can you call in tonight? Dana's in the health field. That whole world of billing for therapy, medication, that field is so goddamn lucrative. Michael Moore did a documentary years ago. What was that thing called? Sicko? Anybody remember that? Sicko. All right, I just sent Dana a text. Let me take another call here. Let me bring in area code 231. Good evening. Are you up to speed on the video? The former clinician, Shabri Rolls, we're talking about. 231. Yes, no, maybe?
Hey, what's up, Star?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you?
Yeah. I haven't seen the video, but I am a clinician. I'm a certified clinician in Michigan, though.
Okay. Thank you for tapping in.
And I just have thoughts about. I have thoughts about just. I think her organization was wrong, but did her a favor in firing her.
Okay.
She probably makes it off like just the money she's making. She probably makes $50K a year.
Right.
I
did see that.
If she can go private.
Yeah.
If she go private, she can make 3 times that. I make over $100K in private. I'm a private practice clinician, therapist. Okay. I make over $100K. You was talking about I just heard you talking about the insurance. Mm-hmm. We can bill insurance. We can set our price for the insurance from $100 to up to $250 for insurance to bill for an hour.
Right.
So if they actually did her a favor, so she probably got about 40 to 50 clients at that organization, working 40 hours a week, making only 50K. Mm-hmm. I work probably about 30 hours a week, making over 100K with the clients I have. So
okay. If I can just jump in,
I do feel like they was wrong.
Okay, if I can just jump in and say this, I don't really have a problem with her expressing herself. Again, she's a younger female, but to achieve that master's degree, because to be the type of clinician that has to do counseling, you have to have a master's. Yes? No?
Yes, I know in Michigan, first you get your master's and you get a limited license. You got to take a test to be fully licensed in Michigan. I don't know. I think she was in Ohio or somewhere.
Yeah,
but you still have to take the test to be fully licensed. Well, yeah, right. You're right.
Yes. Okay. So first you get a bachelor degree, but a
master's degree. A master's degree.
No.
A master's degree.
No, that's what I was saying. To counsel people, you have to have a master's, but. I'm reading something here. You correct me if I'm wrong. Complete a bachelor's degree in a relevant field such as medicine, nursing, or psychotherapy. But a clinician, to example, counseling, master's degree. Yes. Okay. So you think they were wrong? Do you yourself have? You say you're a private practice clinician?
Yeah, I'm private practice. So that's the thing. But I know around Michigan, the organizations, they'll hire you and they'll limit you. They'll watch your social media.
Okay.
They'll limit they'll watch you closely. You know, they won't let you have a voice. But if you go private practice, it's like working for yourself. You know, you're your own boss. You set your own hours. Mm-hmm. You can get on social media and wild out and do whatever, and it won't affect your clientele. Clients will still come see you.
Right.
Because people like clinicians, we can separate from who we are in our personal life and our professional life.
Right. Well, listen, I mean,
I do it all the time. I be wilding on social media, and I can separate that from me going.
Well, listen, I would love for you, if you have time, I can just put you on hold. Can you just watch a little bit of that video, and I'll bring you back on? Do you have at least 5 minutes? Because you're in this field. And she has been terminated. I'm just speculating about moral turpitude and her. Well, she said the board fired her. Do you have time, or do you think it's not relevant to see the video and you have the knowledge?
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold. And what do I call you?
I'm him. I always see you cash out from him, but D'Angelo.
Okay. I got your number. I'm going to put you on hold. Just watch it. I'll bring you right back on, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Okay. All right, let me make sure I don't hang up on him. We're having a good discussion tonight, folks. The video is in the community section again. Terminated. Crying in the apology video, but still trying to push her point about being concerned and going against what she first started out by saying in the apology. Her job is not to make people change. But clearly she's trying to, again, push her narrative to hammer her point home, and maybe that's why the board today, you gotta go. Now, my question to you folks, if you care enough, and hopefully you do, should she go start a YouTube page? This might be the person to take Kevin Samuel's slot. That people keep saying, oh, who's going to take Kevin Samuel's slot? I don't think anybody's going to take Kevin Samuel's slot. He was really good at what he did, experienced. Never met him, but I liked his approach and his knowledge, his wisdom. This woman's got a degree. Jamala got your donation. Gary Busey caught a sexual assault charge in New Jersey. Yeah. Has he been dealing with a full deck the last couple of years? I saw the story. I didn't even read it. I just said, what the fuck? Skylar Saunders, are you tapping in, sir? Hold on a second. Skylar Saunders, 302, is that you? Mr. Saunders.
Good evening, sir.
Good to hear from you. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you on this Sunday?
Good. Did you see this video we're talking about? This young...
I did. Yes, I did.
What do you think? Clinician?
I think the last caller stole my thunder.
Say again?
He stole my thunder.
Okay. Well, he's a clinician.
I was going to say
he's a clinician.
Right. He was a clinician, right? He knows the field. I'm not a clinician, but I am a receiver of therapy on a regular basis.
Okay.
But I was going to say she should be an entrepreneur, have her own practice. That's the best way to do it. She's got fame now. She probably have clout and clients.
Yeah.
Lining up. Go. I mean, and I agree with you. She
Take your time. Take your time. Okay, Dana says she's on the line. Let me just say this. I'm not saying she should have been fired to be malicious towards her. This might be a good learning experience for her. You know, she may bounce back even stronger. Again, I like educated women. But she was talking a whole lot of slang, you know, and trying to appeal to the bottom feeders, you know.
Right.
And it backfired.
I didn't like that part. I didn't like her part where she was talking about the black man. That's the part that I didn't like. At first she seemed like she was trying to exalt and worship the black man, and then she tore him down at the same time. He is the leader of this world.
Okay.
So he should be respected. And the black woman should be able to worship the black man. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna follow the story as much as I can. Anything else you want to mention, or you want to promote your platform?
Yes, I'd like to promote my platform. I'm in the chat room giving crazy links to my webpage.
As you should.
If people will be so obliged to follow those links.
Yeah.
And read and understand them, because they go by how much you read the reading minutes.
Right.
So that's important.
Hey man, good to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll catch up.
Great to hear from you
in a day or two.
Doreen.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Skylar Saunders tapping in. Let me bring Dana in. Dana with the data. Good evening. Are you there, Dana?
Hey, yeah, I just saw your text. I'm in the middle of watching House of Dragon.
Well, I don't want to pull you away from what you're doing. I just wanted a healthcare opinion. You're in the healthcare field, yes?
Yes.
Okay. You know this story about the clinician, Shabri Rawls. She was terminated from her job. You and I were exchanging emails about this. So did you see her apology video where she was crying?
Yeah, I caught that after I saw the first two. I kind of caught that later in the day today, because I did a show today, me and the judge, and we was talking about it.
Okay.
I really don't care too much for her apology, because I think she did. So she said what she said, then she came back with the apology, and then she came back. I don't know if the apology was the last video or the second video, but it doesn't matter, because the damage was done. She doubled down, and she was unprofessional. I thought she was lying about being a clinician because of the lack of language, you know, that she was not using in the language she chose to use. So I think it's only right for her to be terminated, because that's very unprofessional. You're talking about mental health here, you know, so that company, whatever company she worked for.
Grow Well Cleveland. That's the name. Grow Well Cleveland, because the woman who contacted, who wrote this article, Ashika Harrison, Shabri held up the article and said, "This is the woman who spooked my job." Go ahead.
Right, doxed her and everything. And I get that. She should have reached out to her privately and had a conversation. But, you know, at the same time, younger people have to understand, and older people too, but younger people who are on social media, when you apply for a job, that corporation or that company is going to do a social media background check. Once you're hired, especially in that type of field, you're a liability, because let's just say she did not get fired, but clients came in there for therapy session and they see it's her. They're going to turn away and say, "Oh no, I've seen you on TikTok. I've seen you on Twitter. I'm not going to her," and they'll file a complaint. So that's not good for the company. She's a liability, and you know, you were being disrespectful and triggering, a lot of, I would say, men, particularly black men, because of the language she was using.
Yeah.
And
she said 90% of her clients are men, and she was calling them hoes, dusties, and I've never been to therapy. I'm going to bring a clinician back on the line, but she may have ran the risk of one of her clients or patients' family members being offended. Here's my
exactly.
Here's my son going to see this slick talking heifer, and she's calling men hoes and bitches. Oh, hell no! It could have been that easy. Go ahead.
And she contradicted herself because she was saying how men, particularly black men, need to go to therapy. But then she turned around and say 90% of her clients are men, black men at that.
Yeah.
But then you want to shit on them when their majority of your clientele are black men. So why are you disrespecting and degrading them? So, no, she was out of pocket. She showed no accountability.
Yep.
She was very unprofessional, and she's not good at her job.
Okay. All right, Dana, good to talk to you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, one more thing. And she may have her license taken away from her. So.
Whoa. Where'd you see that? I didn't see that.
No. I'm just talking about when you are licensed. She's licensed, and then you could get certified.
Right.
But you could have your certification and your license taken away from you if somebody file a complaint.
Okay.
If you commit a crime.
Right.
Something like that. So behavior. So that is a possibility.
Okay. I'm going to get the details on that from this other clinician on hold. Dana, good to talk to you. Thank you for tapping in.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Dana with the data tapping in. Let me see if I can bring him. Are you back in the line? Is it HIM?
That's it. Yeah, I'm back.
How are you, man? Did you get a chance to just glance at that video?
Yeah, I saw some of it. It's like she was passionate. She was trying to get a point across, but she just did it in a horrible way. She probably just came from a session, was frustrated with some clients, or probably had a day where she had back-to-back clients, and she frustrated from that day, and that's how she chose to release her frustrations and deal with her emotions.
Well, I've been following some of the threads on Twitter, and it seems that she has been talking spicy like that. And she just rubbed somebody the wrong way, or maybe she started picking up traction. 148,000 followers on TikTok, so she was growing. But let me ask you this, because Dana just said that she could quite possibly lose her license. Is that a reality? You're a clinician yourself. Is that a reality?
Well, she didn't break any HIPAA law. She didn't disclose any information for a client. She didn't commit a crime.
Okay.
So if she didn't do anything like that, she can get on social media and say, speak about a certain demographic or a certain, a certain amount of people. As long as she don't display talk about any like details and who clients are, and she didn't even break any, HIPAA laws, but. Not in Michigan, she wouldn't be liable to losing her license. So.
Okay, and you're in Michigan, right?
But, yeah, I'm in Michigan.
Yeah. Do you think she should go to social media and start her own? I think you already said that, right? She would pop off if she.
So she goes social media. She do telehealth. Telehealth is when you do it just Zoom, like do counseling service over Zoom like this. She can blow up from this.
Yeah.
She can charge $500, $400, $300 a session.
Yeah.
She pretty good money after this. She got publicity. She can blow up.
I don't know if she's married or not. I didn't find that information. But anything else you want to say in party, Matt? Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Anything else you want to tell us that we should know about clinicians and her approach?
It's something you said about it being a hustle. I like what you said about you can figure out things yourself. A lot of people can do it, but for those who can't do it, clinicians, we are there to help people figure out things that can't do it. Most of the time, people are emotionally immature. They don't know how to express their emotions, especially men. They hold back. They don't know how to talk about things in their life. So they come see a therapist to help get these things out. And we help them figure out what's wrong with their lives.
Yeah, I would never look down upon people who go get therapy or people who need it. But thank you for letting me know that, people who do need it.
That's all I want to say.
You are there for them. But, again, I was born at a different time. So my mother assured me, she assured me that talking to myself was okay, as long as I wasn't talking to multiple people and they were, the imaginary people were answering me. But
right, exactly. And even with that, I try to tell my clients, talk to yourself, but talk positively to yourself.
Right.
Talk good things into your life.
Yeah. Hey man, good to talk to you, and thank you for your support financially. Thank you.
All right, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. That's him. He's a clinician. He sends in donations. All right. Hold on a second. Bunch of notes here tonight, guys. Let me go to PayPal. Thank you for your support. Let me pull up these donations here. Hold on a second. Big Nigga 22 tapping in. I'd rather take gang-banging advice from Soulja Boy than take medical advice from Dana with no data. Okay. Get her the F out of here. Hashtag nigga stop playing. Rap and R&B. Would it be more accurate to say I talk to myself by myself or talk... Hang on a second. That got away. All right. Talk alone rather than talk to myself. There is only one star, only one self. However you see it, man. Thank you for your donation. Miss T tapping in. Do you think Whack 100 sounds like Steve Harvey? ? On Clubhouse. Wait a minute. Do you think Whack 100 sounds like Steve Harvey? ? On Clubhouse, he said he got the Lori sex tape. I don't know. Steve Harvey is, he's like a know-it-all. He knows everything. He's, my impression of him, I don't think Whack 100's on that type of time, but a sex tape of Lori Harvey, allegedly, and who? RC from the 315 got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Hold on a second. He says, Star, did you see the proposed salary for Angela Yee's replacement? Now I see why you say nigger pennies. No, I'm not at the speed. Can you email me? Tell me. I don't know. Has there been any talk of what day part she's going to be doing on, is it Power 105? If you ask me, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, I'm not trying to imply anything. I have nothing against Angie Martinez, but when the story first hit, I said it would make sense to move Angie Martinez out. She's older. That station targets an 18 to 34 demographic. Angie has, is she married, 12 babies? I don't know. I know she's got a beautiful child, probably in his 20s now or something like that. I have no idea what the salary is. If you want to send me an email, you can find out. It's a public company. You can find out what they make, Big Eye Keith, thank you for tapping in. Hold on a second. He sent in two donations. Let me go back. Today is the 21. Okay. Big Eye Keith says, what did she really say that was wrong? ? A lot of these niggas are built like emotional bitches. Okay. Maybe harsh, but true. I look at Gangsta of Love. Okay. Yo, I seen that. I don't care. That was Biggie's daughter. Yeah, they ran over a stroller. Yo, a parent and some other persons. LMAO, straight GTA shit. That video was crazy of Notorious B.I.G.'s daughter's boyfriend allegedly running over that goddamn stroller. He got the fuck out of there. Hustle, I got your donation. Star, the video where Quando was screaming, no, no, while his friend was dead. The Chicago Savages, what will his voice as an intro for their song? Okay, you meant to say will use? Okay. Well, hey, man, his friend died. That was his homie, man. I mean, I see nothing wrong with, saying whatever he said or just letting out some type of emotional yell. That was his homie, man. 209, good evening. Is that Randy? Area code 209.
Hey, what's up, Star?
Hey, man, good to hear from you.
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying real nigga need no therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, but they did her wrong, man. That was wrong, but, in the professional world, you do get snitched to massa, as she said. And when you're hired help, you're no longer representing you outside of work. You're representing the institution, you're working under. You fall under that umbrella as a mouthpiece for them and their ideologies.
Yeah, she did say that. Thank you for reminding me. She said that people went and told massa on her. Told massa. What else did you? How many of the videos did you see? She made the first video.
I saw
clapping at men. Then the second video, which was a long ass apology, and then the third video where she got her weight up. Like fuck y'all. You got me fired. Eat a dick. I mean, she didn't say eat a dick, but I'm just paraphrasing. Go ahead.
I saw the first one where she was, speaking her truths and venting to her platform and to her audience. Yeah. And then I saw the last one where she was expressing how that woman of color got her docs. And I believe she should sue for, she messed up her dollar. So she has a lawsuit, I feel like. She exposed information that wasn't known to the public. Nobody knew where she worked at. Nobody knew this woman's government. She was on TikTok, So I believe, she should definitely clap back at that woman because she got her fired. And she made a good point. They say protect black women, but black is crab in a barrel, A black woman wrote an article on her clout chasing,
Right.
No black man. Yes, black men were in their feelings, but they called into her job. Niggas don't have much voices unless you're fucking up the dollar. So
now, hang on a second. I'm not going to say that the writer, Ashika Harrison, was clout chasing. She was doing her job. She's got credentials. She's a professional. And this woman,
she's a journalist.
She's a journalist. This woman, Shabri Rawls, she was on TikTok doing the most. So I'm not mad at Ashika for writing the article, Black America Responds to Therapist Who Scolds Black Men for Not Going to Therapy. But hang on a second. I should have asked the clinician, him, with regards to what you just brought up, suing this woman for writing the article. I don't think that that's going to fly because the article wasn't written, from what I gathered, by way of malice. If you sue the press, you have to prove malice. I forgot the case law, but it's not that easy to sue the press. She may have a lawsuit against the company that fired her if she wants to go down that path. That may also help her keep up her 15 minutes of fame right now while she transitions to YouTube. I don't know. Go ahead.
Like you said, perfect. We're going in the right way. She should, sue her old employers because now it'll be hard for any other place where she, in the field that she works at, to seek employment since she got terminated due to her, voicing her opinions on the net, which I think she was doing a character, her speaking that mammy talk. I believe she was trying to be cute, make a character, be more appealing, because she kept saying that people need to expand their dialect. So she clearly has a brass, vocabulary. So she chose to speak the monkey talk. She was trying to She
was talking jive, as they used to say back in the days.
Yeah, she was trying to
talk jive.
She was trying that Jabadoo. Yeah,
Jabadoo.
That Star Wars character.
Right. Oh my God! What was that guy? What was that guy's name? Jar Jar Binks. Oh my God!
Jar Jar Binks, which they canceled him. I loved him with the brown pants. Best Star Wars character next to Samuel Jackson. You know.
No, Jar Jar Binks fucked up there at the prequels. I disagree, but go ahead.
He's a good representation of a culture. Sorry, I'm drinking.
It's okay.
But yeah, I believe she was trying to cater to the deaf, dumb, and the blind. And then she got to remember that those are hateful people.
That's right.
So they will call into your job with complaints, even though they are not paying customers of your service. They'll just, try to voice an opinion that really doesn't matter much. Yeah. What I feel she did wrong was the manner she was saying those things. Because what she was saying, it holds some value. Men do need to, work on their emotional vocabulary. We dust things off all too many. We ignore the problem and stuff. And she should know better than me because she's in the field where most of her old customers were men of color. So she spoke from experience. She wasn't speaking.
I think she marginalized Randy. I don't necessarily agree with her message.
You're right. She did marginalize.
Yeah.
But, she was trying to cater to the deaf, blind, and the dumb, and that's what you do. You use stereotypes. You try to, make a character, as I believe she was doing. Yep. And when you play that dangerous role in corporate America, they will terminate you because they don't want a nigga at the workplace. What they see when you clock out could turn them off in the professional atmosphere because they already have this image of who you are once you get home. And
Randy, I need you to take a breath. I got to slide off, man. I appreciate you calling in. I got to get some other calls, and I want to check something here, right? Good to talk to you.
Okay, and pray for Quando Rondo, man. That man needs therapy.
He's okay. He's all right, man. Just that's standard nigga shit, but good to talk to you.
Stay up.
All right, stay up. Randy tapping in. Guys, on the screen, www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. I'll keep my sponsors' products next to me at all times, okay? I have the shaving gel right here. Great stuff. I use this, okay? I also have right next to me the aftershave lotion. Look at that quality, the packaging, okay? I have the beard cream. Okay, go to the website. You will see a very, very professional display that they have for you there. My eyes are bad. Hold on a second. Okay, this is the brushless shaving cream. Pardon me. Okay, and this is some oil and some other things for your beards. Okay, make sure you check them out. Tell them I sent you, and you can also get a discount if you go through the website, okay, and mention Star. All right, I just printed out something here that I wanted to. I've got this information in my office, but I didn't have it in front of me. With regards to this woman, Shabri Rolls, and for the rest of you, New York Times Company versus Sullivan. 1964. This is a landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision ruling the freedom of speech protection in the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Okay? So it's not that easy to sue a media personality unless you can prove malicious intent. Just because someone says you're a liar or something to the effect of they don't believe you doesn't mean that they will be found liable in a court of law. New York Times Company versus Sullivan. You might want to Google that, okay? I'm coming to 215. Sit tight. I see you. Give me a second, 215. I'll be right back. And again, if you haven't seen the video, it's in my community section. I urge you to check it out. We're having a good discussion. This young woman has been fired. Twitter is really kicking up a lot of dust with regards to the way she spoke about black men. I don't have an issue with that, as I said, but, moving forward, will she take her practice private? Will she go to social media? I think she might do well on social media. To my knowledge, is there a female Troll Babies that has a degree, certification, who's got the type of notoriety that this woman now has, who can speak from experience, even though she doesn't look that old? She looks like she's not even 30 yet. Is there anybody that we should know of? Okay. 215, are you there? Good evening, 215.
Yo, what's up, Troy?
How are you, man? What's cracking?
I'm all right. I checked out a little bit of that video.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about that, and I also wanted to talk about, I don't know if you said you was doing an ongoing thing about talking about Americans moving to Mexico. But
I mean, listen, if you've got some details, I'll let you lay it out. I mean, I wanted to do more research, but go ahead.
No, I'll talk about that second. But because I know you want to talk about the topic first.
Yes.
But yeah, I saw the young lady. Like, personally, I don't even know. Like, this is just me personally talking. Like, she looked like like you said, she wasn't even in her 30s.
Right.
And like, I don't know how much life experience a therapist that's like 28, 27 can give somebody anyway. Like, you know, she got a whole lot of life left to live. Like, I don't know. If I was searching for a therapist and she came across the table, I was like, nah, she's a little too young. I need somebody with some gray in their face,
right,
in their hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not messing with no girl that was in college about 2 years ago trying to tell me about my life problems. And then on top of that, like, when I watched the video, like, the last thing she did on the first video, like, she like put her ass in the camera and like smacked it. Like, I'm like,
yeah,
what kind of professional are you? Like, you're not even on some professional shit. But the thing that struck me, and I'm an avid listener to the Black Manosphere or whatever.
Okay.
And one of the Black Manosphere boys, you know, they was saying, like, these are the men that y'all created. Like, so when I look at a woman like her, right, mm-hmm. I'm like, well, like you always say, most males are not men.
Most males are not men.
And,
yeah.
Most males aren't men. Would a woman like that create a male child to grow up to be a man, or would he just grow up to be like the person that she's complaining about?
Right.
Like,
right.
She's the typical black woman that just would complain and create that same type of boy.
Yeah.
Like, you got your ass in the camera, so, you know, my mom was old when she had me. So
now, hang on a second. You brought up a very good point. I watched a couple of her videos, and Troll Babies, did anybody see her promoting being a slut? I think she used the term slut. She said, I'm all for promoting slut behavior. I could have swore I saw her say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's that generation. Like,
right.
And I'm 42 years old. So,
okay.
Like, and you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s and shit. Like, I couldn't imagine my mom putting her ass in the camera and slapping that shit until it jiggled. Like, what kind of boy are you going to raise?
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely going to have emotional problems. He's going to be suppressed. He's going, just like all these boys running around in the hood right now. Like, a lot of their moms was out there with all kinds of niggas and dancers and strippers, and you know what I'm saying, like, that's the kind of boy that you complaining about that women like you raise.
Yeah. Like,
so that's what you get. Like, these are the men that you created.
I'll even say this. Hang on a second. You know, she's a young mammy on the come up, even though she's educated. She wants to tell black men outside of her job profession what they should be doing. Again, in case you didn't hear me earlier, in her apology video, she said early in the apology, my job is not to tell people, my job is not to make people change. So she already has a clear understanding of her job description, but yet and still she's trying to be a fucking mammy. Go ahead.
Yeah, but see, black women are, and I'm not on here trying to be like some of your other callers that call in and kick black women and all that. I mean, we all got problems as a race.
Well, sir, we kick all types of women. Go ahead and kick the bitch.
Yeah.
Kick the bitch, nigga. Kick that bitch if you need to. Don't fuck about her like that.
Well, a lot of the black women claim to be very educated, like, oh, we the most educated, blah, blah, blah. But then you turn around and look at, like, most 8th grade black boys can't read on the 8th grade level. Like, I think it's like 10% or 15%. Like, so in all reality, what is your master's degree and your doctorate degree and all these degrees that y'all be strutting up and down and the fucking, you know, doing your dances in May and June? Like, what does that help? It don't help nobody. You're just going out getting a job and shake it just so you could go on trips on Instagram and take pictures and be like, hey, yeah, bitch. Like, that's all y'all really doing. Like, y'all not helping the community. Y'all not, like, our community fucked up. Every major city in America.
I need you to watch the profanity. You're making some good points. Just watch the profanity. Go ahead.
My fault. In every major city in America, you got black boys, and now you got the black women acting a fool. Like, they acting a complete fool, but we got the most educated women. Like, it just don't translate. But I wanted to talk about Mexico before I hung up. Yeah. Like, I know you was doing a lot of talking about the gentrification of Mexico from Americans.
Now, hang on a second, because we only touched on it. I haven't pulled my research down here. My office is upstairs, but I've been paying attention over the last couple of months. And, Mexico City, to be precise, is where you have a lot of Americans moving in. And because they can work remotely, they're making the rents go up. They're pushing the locals out. And are we being hypocrites by not wanting them to come into Texas and California?
It's funny you said Texas, right? Historically, that's how America got Texas.
Yeah.
The Mexicans brought the Americans to Texas because because the property was cheaper.
Yeah.
And then the Americans started bringing their slaves in. So Mexico was like, no, we ain't having slavery here. No. So then the Texans that we know of, the Caucasian Texans, called the United States Army to protect them, and they stole Texas. That's how they. It was funny when you was talking about it the other day.
I don't know if we stole it. I mean, we did business, the way we do business,
Yeah, well,
I don't know about stealing.
They did business. They did business with their weapons and their cannons and the Alamo. And remember the Alamo and all that. Like that's how they got Texas from the Americans.
Gave them blankets with chicken pox and all sorts of shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's just funny that, like, history always repeats itself. Like, the Americans is going back into what's left of Mexico right now, and starting to gentrify it like they did Texas and New Mexico and California. Right. But that was my only correlation with that. Hey, but this is a good topic, and I'm gonna continue listening.
Thank you for tapping in. Have a good night.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Okay. Wait a minute. Here's somebody I need to talk to. Big Elvis, the chef. Can I ask you a question before you go down the path you want to go down? Big Elvis, the chef.
Please do.
Did Big U push the button on Quando Rondo? Big U.
I'm not up to speed to speak on that.
Quando Rondo sat down with the big homie months ago. Shit was so sweet, I got a cavity just watching it. Yo, big OG, Big U sitting there smiling the way, old dark-skinned niggas do, untrustworthy. And I said, something ain't right here. Mm-hmm. And now we got Quando Rondo getting caught up 5:30 in the afternoon in West Hollywood. The shooters just came out bussing. They didn't say, give us the jewelry, get on the ground. Bussing. Now, in my experience and opinion, shit like that goes down when you miss a payment. You missed your payment. Yes, no?
You miss a payment, you get that work.
You missed a payment, I didn't get the 25 racks cash app, You got me fucked up, little homie. You got me fucked. Go ahead. I'm rambling. Where do you want to start, man? Please, I'm rambling.
Well, I was on your community section and I saw the video.
Yes, sir.
With the young floppy breasted, never did a workout in her life therapist
let's go.
with no ring on her finger.
Let's go.
Talking about how bitches are telling you what to do,
right,
and you all ain't doing it. And the reality of it is just that you was mad because you got played, and you went on your TikTok, and you ranted and raved with your floppy titties all over the place.
Let's go.
And you're a sad human being is what she is. I look at her and I say, does the black man need to get therapy? I think therapy needs to be reinvented for the black man and black woman.
Okay.
What therapy they're going to go to? The white man's therapy and learn how they get safe spaces and love languages and passion fruit, mythology, bullshit crap. Come on. What therapy? Therapy needs to be reinvented, along with, of course, receiving the preparation checks as they come. So it needs to be reinvented for the black man and the black woman. And this woman has a lot of nerve putting out her grievances on the public the way she did, looking the way she did, and then try to pull the black woman card. I thought you were supposed to be protecting black women. It's just like, why are you scared? You lost your job. Were you scared? Life is if the mountain was smooth, you never get to climb it.
Yeah.
It's like.
Now, hang on a second, Elvis. Okay, so she tried to flip it around. Y'all ran to Massa, and I've already said that.
Yeah.
I've already said I think that the company did the right thing by terminating her, but she can turn around and turn this into something if she is truly passionate about what she was claiming led to her being dismissed. But at the same time, from a business standpoint, I do think that she may have violated something in that agreement that allowed them to say, hey, you're causing a potential legal suit for us with some of these clients, your behavior, and there's new clauses and stipulations in contracts today with regards to social media. We haven't even really gotten into that yet. But go ahead, you were saying, go ahead.
No, we're on the same page, man. She needed to be fired. She's a liability.
I think so.
You're an emotional wreck. You're an emotional wreck, unaware of the power and influence that social media has, and now you want to play martyr. And like, nah, you need to be fired. And as far as her parlaying this, she might monetize off of this, which we ain't mad at her for that, but she ain't gonna get a ring. That's over. She ain't gonna get a ring because that ring ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
I don't like her. I don't like none of her tattoos that peekabooed all over the place. I didn't like her braids.
Right.
I didn't like that double chin she had, and I didn't like those floppy titties. You ain't getting no husband. Hush your mouth and go to work and act right.
Yeah. I forgot about the long ass goddamn extensions. I'm like, why is it that long? Just that's a subconscious thing, I guess, that these girls do. Maybe they want their hair to be all the way down to their ass. It's too long. But go ahead, you were saying, go ahead.
Way too long. It's unattractive. A man don't want that. He don't want his wife with stripper length hair.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Therapist? Right. Hello, therapist? We don't want that. We don't need that.
Right.
You keep talking about what women are saying that they want and this communication. What's there to talk to? You're brainwashed. You obviously hate yourself, and you're not doing what's necessary. What name is underneath that big tattoo on your right arm?
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was disgusting.
Who owns you then? That's probably a property of tattoo. We're not impressed.
Yeah. Elvis, I got to get to some of these cash apps, man. I thank you for tapping in. Anything going on your channel, sir, that we should know about?
Well, I've been going hard with this new diet that I'm on. It's a bunless burger and salad, and every day I'm doing shorts about it.
Oh, okay. Good to hear from you, man. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg on YouTube. Folks, go check him out, please.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Jeffrey, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. That was Cash App. Okay. Gregory got your donation. Gregory, can you sit tight, sir? What number are you calling in from? 347. Gregory, is that you? Area code? No, that's 334. Did I speak to Gregory? Hang on a second, 334. I'm not sure who that is. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Area code 702.
What's good?
On the block with Jen. What's cracking, Jen?
The very one. I'm good. I'm waiting for this House of Dragon. So I was like, I've been listening, and I was like, let me call in right quick. I don't like a lot of what's being said. I'm like, wait a minute.
Let's go.
First and foremost, I understand why she got fired. I don't have a problem with that. If you are on payroll, you are always at risk of being fired, right? You got to walk a straight line. So I get that. I'm not even calling a protest. Oh, they shouldn't fire. Fine.
Okay.
You were on payroll, you got fired. But, you know, we're living in a time where we have black females who are politicians who are twerking, and everybody was celebrating her, right? Now all of a sudden,
not everybody, no.
Clutching their rope chains.
No, not everybody, no. But go ahead.
Well, not everybody, but now people are clutching their rope chains because this woman who's a clinician is cursing. I feel like she was talking to a very specific demographic, and she was speaking their language. That is how this generation walks, talks, and feels. And it's funny that I see people calling her a mammy, but I think the mammy was the one that wrote the article. I think she was the mammy. She's an older woman. She felt like, oh, I'm going to pull this girl's leash real quick and put her in line and dox her and put her information out there. I think I think the woman that wrote the article is the mammy. I saw all three videos. Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling the apology. I don't think she should have apologized because these people, they don't want an apology. They want to, burn her at the stake. I agree with the other gentleman that called. I think they did her a favor. She can go on YouTube. She can practice privately. I think she'll be more than fine. As far as the manosphere attacking her.
Well, hang on a second. I don't even want to go down the path of the manosphere. I don't like to bring other channels into what it is that I speak about because I don't like to do that back and forth stuff. So, Jen, I have to ask you a question because you and I emailed. Mm-hmm. We emailed slightly last night. I was watching a sci-fi movie and it was getting kind of late. Contractually, we don't know what was in her contract, and she was terminated by a board, and she did state what her job is not to make people change. So she accepted responsibility. But I have to ask you a question with all due respect. Do you live your life as a black woman? Because you make references to black quite often, and in today's day and time, calling people black is broad stroking and marginalizing. Do you live your life as a black female?
I do not. I will not. I never have. I am not a black female by culture or by race. But I have to beg to differ because if you don't call certain women black or men black, they jump down your throat and they very much will say, I am unapologetically black. I am very black. So I don't understand what you mean by marginalizing them because they are professing and proclaiming that they're black. So I've never met a black person.
Well, hang on. Hang on. If someone states that unapologetically black, that's one thing. But in today's day and time, to broad stroke and call Caribbean people black, African Americans black, Cape Verdean, other different type of people. It is somewhat an older term. With all due respect, that's like someone calling Hispanics spics. That's derogatory in today's day and time, yes?
So you think that black is derogatory? Is black derogatory? Because I didn't get that memo. When did black...
It's marginalizing. Hang on. It's marginalizing is what I said. And that's why I asked you, do you live your life as a black woman. So if you don't, why is this such a concern to you?
Okay, so one, a concern to me, that's melodrama. None of this is a concern to me. We're all talking about it. Like, you're talking about it, I'm talking about it, the callers talk about it. I'm not concerned with any of this. This is a trending topic, and I called in to talk about it. Now, as far as trying to compare the word spick to black, I think that's ridiculous, because we all know spick is a derogatory term. Black is not. Now, if someone were to tell me, listen, I'm Caribbean, don't call me black, then I would respect that. Then I'd be like, oh, my bad, where are you from?
Okay.
And then I'd let them tell me where they're from. But I'm not just going to call somebody black because of skin tone, because I know a lot of Caribbean people, they don't like that term black.
Yeah.
But Black Americans are very unapologetic about that word black. You know what I mean? So this is news to me. I didn't know black was like thick. I'm just learning this.
Hang on. I'll educate you because, there was
I'm listening.
Yeah, there was a time in this country when, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud meant that, people were unifying against the establishment or the status quo. But now there's so many different shades of people, so it is marginalizing, it is broad stroking. But now let's go back, because I want us to have a conversation. Speaking about a trending topic is fine. That's fine. But when someone admits to not living the life of a black person, yes, you can talk about it, but at the same time, are you offering any solutions? Do you know a guy named Colin Flaherty? You ever heard that name?
No.
Okay. Colin Flaherty was a white guy. I don't know what he's doing now. Everything was the blacks and this and that. He called into my show one time, and he couldn't take the heat. I was hitting him with, history, and he had no solutions, nothing to offer in terms of how situations or circumstances could be bettered in society by what he considered to be black people. So yeah, it's a trend. It's a trending topic. But again, since you don't live the life of a black woman, do you have any solutions? Anything that you can offer to help, as you say, black people?
Why? I talk about solutions all the time, but no one cares about solutions. This is YouTube. This is not a.
I care.
This office. We're all just.
I care.
So here's my since you asked.
Jen.
You asked me for a solution. I'm going to give you the solution.
Okay, this is the Star Report. I care about solutions. Please, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
So here's my solution. My solution is, when I look at black people, now I don't know whether they're Caribbean or not, but I'm just speaking black people in general. Here's my solution. When a woman, like the clinician, is talking the way she talked, I think that you should forget how the message is being said, listen to the message, stop having baby shit soft feelings, right? And respect what she's saying, respect that she cares, because I believe she was sincere. I believe that she really cared, and she just happened to be speaking a certain demographics language, because that demographic does exist. Let's not pretend that it doesn't. And I think that the black woman who who wrote the article, I think that was messed up. I think she should have called that girl. That girl looks very young. I think she should have called her versus exploiting her. Because remember, it's her job to be a journalist.
Yeah.
But she threw another black woman under the bus. So I think she exploited her. Instead of trying to fill your pockets with the people you claim that you're a part of, I think she should have called her. So that would have been my solution for this specific situation. Okay. I think men have to, the demographic specifically that the clinician was talking about, I think those men have to put on their big boy pants and understand that that is what she's seeing 90% of the time, according to her.
Yeah, according to her patients. And now, hang on a second. Do you want to hang out? You want to hang out? I'm not rushing you off the line. Do you want to hang out? I got to get to some other Cash App, some calls. You got time?
I'll hang on. I got till 9, yes.
Okay, stay there. Gregory, I was looking for you in the queue. I don't see you, Gregory. I got to keep it pushing. Thank you for your donation. Is it Tunisia? She is just like the FAMU grad who posed nude in front. Oh, yeah, okay. Florida. Yeah, the grad. I saw that story. AMU, pardon me. But thank you for your donation. Okay, something about a police beating. I can't do that right now. Gangs of Love, thank you for tapping in. Big Eye Key Therapy. Okay, is it durable for his rectum? #per. Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Morehouse Entertainment, you're tapping in. Okay, Aaron's on the line. Want me to put you on hold, Jen, or I don't want to, you guys... Where's Jen? Jen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to bring Aaron in. I mean, unless you want to talk with him. I don't want to, put you in the middle of nothing.
No, he can say what he wants to say. I'm not going to talk to him.
Okay, all right. Aaron, I got you on the line. We're having a conversation. Aaron, are you there?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm here. So first off, Colin Flattery, I was a big fan of his. He actually passed away. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, did he?
He actually died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I heard you.
He had no solutions, and he admitted that to me. I have the audio. Go ahead.
Interesting. The funny thing about, I want to talk about this female therapist,
okay.
right?
Okay.
And I really want you, because I watched your last two videos, and both of them were very interesting when you were streaming and driving. And I want you to understand, Star, like, I'm a reactionary, right? I am a product of what is going on right now. And my views, while people will say that they're extreme, while people will say it's a bussy boy, all this type, I'm reacting to what is happening. And the woman who was that therapist, that is probably 80 to 90% of what black women are in our society today. And so when you have, let me tell you what the future is. You either got
I'm trying to make the connection of my last two videos, but as long as you stay on topic, we're good. Yeah. Now, hang on a second. I have to ask you, did you see the 3 videos that we're referring to in my community section? That's the topic tonight.
The woman, I saw the therapist video. Of course, I heard about Rondo.
No. We're not doing Quando Rondo. The therapist. Did you see her?
Okay.
See her making the statements?
I've seen it from the very beginning. I've seen all the videos. Yeah, I've seen all of these videos from their very beginning.
Okay. Go ahead.
And what I am telling you is, you have all these people like, oh, this is Aaron kid, and he's saying the stuff. Yeah, I'm like this because you have a bunch of women out here like this therapist who are now in positions of power who the average man has to deal with. Like, these are women, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere in Atlanta. They're your DA. They're your mayor. And that's what you have one of two. Your future will be one of two things. It will either be this therapist or it will be me. But there will be no in-between, and there will be no moderation. I don't think she should have lost her job.
Okay.
Because, you got rid of her. But there's millions of more women out there that are like her.
Okay, now hang on, Aaron. I've let you speak. I've got Jen here with me. But now I have to ask you a question. So we get it. You've got hardline views and opinions and thoughts towards black women. Do you have...
All women.
Okay, all women. Do you have a girlfriend or a significant other right now that you confide in, that understands you, or are you on an island swinging a sword by yourself, respectfully?
No, I'm somebody who makes deals. No, I don't have a girlfriend. And one of the things I noticed, Star, about you, right?
Well, hang on a second. When you said make deals, should I assume what you said before, you pay for...
If I can, I mean, if
company.
I can, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I can, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it just depends on the situation.
Well, listen, don't get defensive, man. We're trying to find out who you are.
No, but one of the things, hold on a second, Star.
We don't know who you are, dude.
One of the things, okay, let me say this. One of the things I notice about when I talk about issues between men and women, and my opinions on men and women,
Everything always goes to sexual relationships. I'm talking about political power.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fact that women are in positions of power. This has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with relationships. It has nothing to do with dating. This has to do with the fact that if I'm in STEM and I go up for a job, a woman will have less qualifications and get that job over me. It's just like you're smart.
Okay, now hang on a second. Aaron, okay, hang on. We're having a good discussion. Jen, if you want to jump in, let me know. I don't want to hold you up from what you're doing, but Aaron is talking, and I asked Jen if she had any solutions. I'm going to ask you now, Aaron. Do you have any solutions to what you consider to be the problem with these, should I say women or women of all colors, nationalities, black women? What are your solutions, please?
Yes, sir. My solutions is this. First off, sexual segregation in workplaces and in schools. Second thing, any initiative that a Fortune 500 company has for women, strip it immediately. Any government contracting benefits that they have from women, strip it immediately. If we want to make women equal, make them as equal as we say that they're going to make them. Then for your dating thing, open and decriminalize prostitution. Decriminalize it, right? Women have rights to their own body for everything else. Decriminalize that, right? That takes away their advantage that they have over men using sex to extract wealth from them. Okay. Reform the marriage laws. Reform the child support laws. Reform those things, because this is what's causing this divide in the country.
All right. Do you see this being a reality, or is this just your wishes? Seriously.
Let me say this. As you get more therapists like this, right? As you get more of these women who are now DAs and mayors and senators, as they climb the ranks of power, you will get more men who are the opposite of that. And as those two opposites happen, things will balkanize, and you will have no choice but to adopt these things in order to get it back to a normal state.
Gotcha. All right, listen, Aaron, I have to cut you short. I got to get other callers in. Anything else with regards to the topics, or are you good?
No, that's it. That's my solution.
Good to talk to you, man. Thank you for tapping in.
Yep. All right.
All right. Jen, hang on a second. Jen said, I ain't fucking with him.
Nah, nope. Gonna have me out here looking crazy. He can argue with other, nope.
All right.
He doesn't have a channel or a brand. I can't do it.
TJ got your donation. Okay, what is that? Aaron and Zachariah or something like that. Thank you for donation. Guys on the screen, www.yourpainyourgain.com. I say again, www.yourpainyourgain.com. Jen, promote your channel while I'm going through my some of my showrunner stuff, please.
Meet me on the block with Jen. Spelled exactly the way it sounds. On the block with Jen. Jen.
Okay. You want to talk about your last video that you posted? When was that? Jen, now, I didn't want to take the liberty to just post one of your videos in my community section without asking you, but is there anything you want to mention? You have a video where you're pointing to all these different words that people are calling you, but then you're dressed in a certain way.
Yes, you could post it. It's actually all the stuff that I wrote on that video is all the stuff that everyone's ever said about me. So I thought I should address it.
Okay. Okay.
And I addressed it in that video.
Okay, I just saw a short. I didn't see the entire video.
No, it was short. It's maybe 10 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds.
All right. Well, either way.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, either way, the videos that go in my community section, if they're not paid advertisers, then we keep them up there for a couple of days and try and drive the traffic to your page, all right? Hold on a second. Let me bring in area code 334. Good evening. Are you there? 334. Are you up to speed? Okay, he's doing a lot. Sounds kind of crazy. Let's try area code 864. We're talking about the viral video. Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, yeah. My name is Shabazz. I'm calling from Columbia, South Carolina.
Peace.
But my perspective on I guess this young lady's viewpoint is she is right in her assessment.
Okay.
She is absolutely very right, and being that we are in the days where social media and where all of the online internet hype has now taken more precedence than people's day-to-day lives, I think. Therefore, that's where you can have these types of topics actually being so important. And I think.
Are you talking about the therapist or Jen? I'm confused.
I'm speaking about the therapist.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm speaking about the therapist, and basically, in my opinion, just as I didn't wholeheartedly agree with Kevin Samuels, although he had some great points. I just didn't agree with the manner in which he engaged his great points.
Okay.
And I think it's something similar to this situation where, speaking about this young lady, she has some great points. Right. Men are emotional. I think, we can't go outside of that truth. But to say how she is potentially looking at bringing it, never discuss family. If she's actually going to be a family member of mine and looking to now correct me because she sees this as a benefit of mine, pull me off to the side.
Okay.
And of course, I know how I was raised. We never discuss breached family business in the public. You understand? So I think anytime you have these types of dynamics, she is definitely going to get the backlash. She is definitely going to now get, what she is getting.
Okay.
Because
now, hang on a second. Are you a father, sir? Are you married? Who are we talking to?
Excuse me?
Are you a father? Are you married? Who are we talking to?
Yeah. I'm a father, but I'm not married. Though.
Okay. You have any daughters?
Yeah, yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to look at this from a position, of an older man, not necessarily condemning a younger female. She's educated, got a degree. She has the right to say what she feels. I'm not condemning her for speaking up, but I think that she did probably cross a line with regards to her contract agreement. Do you think she should have been fired? What are your thoughts on that?
I think, when it probably so. Especially when you're now pointing the finger at specific groups.
Okay.
And you are actually hired by somebody, there are probably certain terms of within the agreement. You aren't supposed to cross out. So I feel like she, by her publicly now coming out and saying these things,
right.
She had to have known, right, that she was going to lose her job, and it's just science. She should have.
Okay. I appreciate the way you're approaching this in a very methodical manner. It sounds like you're thinking these things through. Jen, any questions for this man? He's got a different perspective on the block with Jen.
No, he's doing fine on his own. I don't necessarily have any hard disagreements with what he's saying.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
All right, Jen, I'm going to finish up with you. Coming up on the 2-hour mark, I think we've flushed this through. Anything else you want to say, Jen, with regards to the clinician?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
My last video, speaking of solutions, the topic is black men are not a monolith, but can they still be an asset to each other? And I had 2 black men who I know both of them, but they had a falling out. And I brought them together on the panel to iron out their differences and see if they could move forward, at least understanding what the falling out was about.
Okay.
So if people want to see, solution-based topics. I know people like beef more than they like solutions, but the last stream was really, really good, and I had two grown men talking about why they fell out and how they're going to move forward. It's really, really cool. It's the last stream.
Did they know each other? Were they involved? What's,
Yeah, they started out as friends via music on Facebook, and one of them felt like the other one was constantly belittling him and talking down to him, and then he kind of like left them alone. But both of them talk about each other to me. So I was like, let's just have a round table. Let's just do it on the panel. And they were brave enough to, cam up and talk about why they had a falling out. So it's a really dope stream. Like, I think black men will learn a lot from it.
All right. Thank you, Jen. Have a great evening.
All right. Good night. Sir.
Thank you. Okay. All right. On the block with Jen. All right. On the screen, www.creditwizpro.com. Please check them out. It's one of my sponsors. I think we're pretty much done with this topic. Thank you for joining the discussion. The clinician, I think she'll be okay, but I think she did deserve to be fired, as I said. Just sounding like a smut, sounding like a smut. And when you reach that type of degree, a master's degree, we expect more from you. Social media is cool, but you can't let social media dictate your life like that. I don't know. Guys, thank you for tapping in. If I missed any cash apps, I will get to you at some point tomorrow. Please visit my sponsors. Tell them I sent you. And you guys have a great night. Take care.